I wouldn't normally waste a video on the guy I'm going to be talking about because he's inconsequential. He's nobody. He's never fucking done anything. But he's a pet peeve of mine, and here's why. His name is Dean Phillips. He is a member of the House of Representatives. He just so happens to represent the district I live in. He represents me, but I'll tell you this right now. He does not represent me, and I would do anything to make sure he never gets that opportunity again. Fortunately, he's decided not to run for re-election, and probably for good reason after he's pretty much destroyed his career here. Now, if you don't know who Dean Phillips is, you might remember he's this clown that keeps showing up in the primaries trying to beat Joe Biden. To no avail. He gets destroyed every time. But he's suggesting that Joe Biden can't win in November would be a big mistake. We need somebody younger and better. Well, even if that were the case, Dean, why you? You haven't fucking done anything. I live in your district. I don't know what the fuck you've done. But he's been playing this game. So I've often said I think he's probably a plant, a Republican plant, or it's just all about his ego, one or both of those ideas. And now I think I've been validated because a couple of things have come out that prove my point. Do you remember those AI calls out in New Hampshire, I think? It was an AI voice that sounded like Joe Biden and said, hey, don't bother voting in this one. Vote in November where it counts. Remember that AI thing? All of us thought that would have come from the Republican Party. But you know where they found it did come from? Some consultant for Dean Phillips paid some guy $150 to do that. It came from Dean Phillips' camp. That's where it came from. And then just to add to that, somebody in passing said, hey, would you ever consider being a running mate with Nikki Haley? And he said, yeah, I'd consider that. He just exposed who he is. He's undermining the Democratic Party and in the process undermining democracy. That's who that motherfucker is. Do not pay attention to Dean Phillips. I would love to have him on my podcast. He would never come. He'd say, oh, it's too small. But I tell you what, if he did come, that fucker would walk away a different man because he needs to be exposed for who he is before he gains any power. Thankfully, he's not running for re-election in the House next time around, but these are the kind of fucks that start problems at the bottom and work their way up. Dean Phillips, you don't represent me. As far as I'm concerned, the faster you can get out of the House of Representatives, the better for me, and the chances of you winning the presidency are absolutely fucking zero.